Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the Howl.
Oh! What exactly are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm howling because Wolfpack.
What?
You guys plan to do this. You're ditching like this.
Whatever. I don't know about this.
So hello guys, welcome to podcast number 1. We finally decided to go through with this idea.
We did.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Yeah, so hi guys, I am Shaurya.
I'm Sambhav.
I'm Geetansh.
And I'm Ari, but you can call me Daddy.
Anyone who does that, please do not be a part of our audience anymore.
Well, then we'll be losing a lot of audience. Okay?
Good.
So
No one's gonna do that.
we
But
ha-
you're delusional as hell.
So we've been having this podcast in our works for quite some time.
6 months.
It's been a long time coming and we're finally going through with this idea. So Geetansh, you wanna tell them how we decided to start this?
Okay, so 6 months ago, me and Shaurya, we were just driving somewhere and I was like, you know what, we should do something. Like, let's try to do, whenever we're driving around, let's set up a GoPro and just drive around while talking. And I was like, you know what's a similar concept? Podcast. And I've been listening to a lot of podcasts recently. Let's try a podcast out.
What's your favorite one though?
I'd say Impulsive is a good one. People are gonna hate me for that.
On the other hand, I like Off the Pill. Ryan Higa, guys, come on.
Off the Pill is amazing.
You guys
Hands
wanna
down.
check out
Sidemen?
You have you heard of the Flagrant Part 2, Andrew Schulz?
No.
Well, then you haven't heard it.
Fair enough. Any podcast you listen to, Sambhav?
Well, I mostly listen to tech podcasts, so
He's the geeky guy, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he
I'm-
told me he listens to Lou Latter from Unbox.
yeah, I listen to
The
that.
Misfits, anyone?
That is an amazing
The
podcast.
Misfits. The Misfits are the best podcast.
Yep.
If you haven't listened to The Misfits, please watch it. It's like listening to a real life hangover movie. There's a free
So
shout
are
out.
we guys shouting out
Other
senior
podcast
podcast people?
on the first episode.
I mean, if they notice that, we're gonna get some good audience.
Yeah, okay. Good point.
Yeah,
I
good
like
point.
this guy's point.
Like,
Okay. So, let's get back to our topic. So we were just driving around and I was like, let's try that. Let's just do a podcast. So we wasted 6 to 7 months just
deciding upon a name,
yeah,
which randomly, by the way,
until Wednesday.
on Geetansh's birthday,
We were just sitting
he's
there.
18, guys, he can legally log into porn sites.
Dude, I just gave him a don't say that. Okay, so basically we're just sitting in KFC, we're eating food, and I look at Addy and I'm like, you know what? We've been going around calling ourselves the Wolf Pack for a year and a half. What do wolves do, Addy?
well, they mostly reproduce, but.
Yeah, hence our name is the
No, I mean, they howl.
That's how we came up with the name, and until like 3 or 4 days ago, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna kickstart this. So I decided to make a logo and account, and I was like, get ready, bitches, it's happening this week. And here we are with the first podcast. So you guys wanna talk about ENDGAME?
Yeah.
Well, let's get ready to cry. Let me get the tissues.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I got to say, Endgame was a roller coaster of emotions.
It was.
I think this has been the most satisfying conclusion to 22 movies building up to this.
I'd say this first half was kind of a waste of time. The movie could have been paced slightly more better. But the second half was the best wrap up. It was the best out of all 22 movies combined.
The best part was Captain America and the
Avengers Assemble.
Seriously.
I got to say, when Doctor Strange opened the portals and every single one who had been lost towards the ending of Infinity War started coming out, and when Black Panther did the whole tribal theme, I lost my shit. That was the favorite part.
Hey Bombay.
Hey Bombay! Hey Bombay!
Enough. You know what the weirdest thing was? Doctor Strange, one of the most powerful characters. He was just out there playing with tornado. But no, the ending was amazing. The last line that Iron Man had, Iron Man.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Thanos goes like, I am inevitable.
It's like
Realizes, oh, the Infinity Stones are gone. Tony has them. Snap. I am Iron Man.
He closed off the first Iron Man movie 11 years ago with the same line.
Line,
And
yeah.
he's just standing there in a conference, and he went off the script.
Yeah, he had notes in his hand. To
He's like,
refer
you know
to
what? I am
Iron Man. Yeah.
That just shows the arc that they did with Robert Downey Jr. I feel like it was amazing. Even in the movies, he wasn't.
Full complete circle.
Was a slight completion towards his arc, and MCU.
We can all agree that Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark was the most developed character of MCU.
Yeah.
He was
Totally.
he was the basis of the cinematic universe. I gotta ask you guys a question though. What do you think is gonna happen to MCU after this? I think Infinity War and Endgame was like a very satisfying conclusion to the Infinity Saga. But what do you guys think is gonna happen next?
I think they're building off a new phase with
Yeah,
all the new
phase four.
characters.
New characters,
They had them included in the last phase of the Infinity Saga so that they can root into this transitional phase of these conclusion of 22 movies to a new phase, flowing through and through, so we're familiar with the new characters and they can lead on. A funny thing I thought was, you know how they started the second phase and the first phase with Iron Man and he was supposed to be the main character? I feel like if this saga is going on, it's starting with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So,
It is!
Spider-Man was my favorite childhood hero.
Same.
That
Spider-Man
reminds me,
deserves
guys.
it.
That reminds me. Anyone checked out the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer?
Amazing.
Obviously.
Amazing. Mysterio, Nick Fury, Jake Gyllenhaal. The movie's gonna be blast. I cannot wait for it.
Especially the line of Nick Fury's, you went to space.
Which
Yeah,
place? Which
yeah,
place
yeah,
you've been to
yeah.
space?
But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch, you went to space! I mean, Nick Fury didn't go to space, black guy.
Yeah, he stayed in his neighborhood though.
Yeah.
Too touchy. Let's not. First episode, mate. We'll get banned.
Okay, guys, so moving on.
I recently read about a thing that's happening with the gaming side of things. A huge thing happened. So, you guys know Sony and Microsoft, they have their own, gaming systems or consoles called PlayStation and Xbox. Everybody knows about them. There's been a rivalry going between which one's the better / superior console.
You know, whatever it is, I'd say I'm a PlayStation guy.
Me too. He's an Xbox guy. He's an Xbox
Yo,
guy.
I've had an Xbox since childhood.
He's been changing batteries ever since.
So, see, that
I used to have a wired controller, okay? It's just that I've had my Xbox with me for a long time. Since I was a kid, so that's why I'm pretty attached to it.
Fair enough, you're attached to it. We're not gonna talk trash because now we've had a merger going on. Sony and Microsoft, the owners of these companies, have decided to merge and improve their streaming gaming service. Basically, what this is now consoles in the future of the gaming are not gonna be a thing. This is not what people were predicting. They were just predicting ki, we're gonna get better VR games and better, immersive games. But here's what's happening. The gaming industry is taking a very different turn recently. So basically, you're not going to have to buy any consoles or upgrade any PCs. Gaming is going to become way more accessible because it's going to be a thing similar to Netflix. You just pay for a subscription every month and you get access to all the latest games.
Yeah, and since we got a merger now, you can't really call Xbox gay anymore. If you call Xbox gay, even you're gay.
Okay, I guess we're brothers now, so that's ended. So welcome to the family.
Since you're the tech guy, Sambhav, what do you think about this?
That is an amazing idea, actually. People paying for games like Netflix so that they don't have to buy like 40,000 rupees consoles every few years. That is an amazing idea.
that really helps, with like money saving.
Especially in countries like India where people are tight on budget. It is an amazing idea.
And the one thing I'm worried about is what are people gonna do when they don't have a good internet connection? How are they gonna stream games?
That is...
Gaming is becoming accessible, but internet
Yeah,
is still not accessible to half the world. So that's a very touchy subject.
Is it accessible to us right now?
It is, so we don't care.
Let's
Let's move on.
That's all.
John Wick 3, guys.
Keanu
Big
Reeves.
fan. So we just had an interruption. And we ended up pausing the podcast. Anyways, I was heading on to the topic. John Wick, guys.
I mean, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
I'm pumped actually. John Wick 3, man, come on. The first two movies were good. They were satisfying.
They were amazing.
You won the franchise to build
It's like
up.
it's basically a video game turned movie. The guy is badass, no superpowers, just like he injected himself with horse piss or something. It just went off killing everyone that was on the other end of his gun.
How'd you get horse piss though?
So let's completely shift the topic and head on towards Netflix. Okay.
That reminds me, Adi, I need a Netflix subscription. Mine just ran
What the
out.
fuck, man? Everybody has my Netflix. Yape,
I'm using.
I
his.
don't. I want.
Well, Adi, you know what?
Adi's like the Netflix subscription supplier यहाँ पे.
Here's his password, by the way, and email.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. But Netflix, they're having a stand in E3. E3 is one of the biggest conferences for gaming and other tech systems this year. But Netflix has made a big announcement that they're gonna be there at E3. This is where practically all the video games and a lot of stuff is announced. A lot of people are hyped for this. It's either this or PAX East or Gamescom that happens throughout the year. But Netflix is coming in with a very, very good news saying that they're gonna be, you know, like trying to get more of their shows made into games and like they're gonna have more of the movies which are decision making inspired from games, such as, you know, there was Bandersnatch. So these are basically gonna be movies.
And Minecraft one also.
Yeah, and basically what these movies are, they're like your decisions take you to a different ending. Imagine everyone in your friend circle watching the same movie but discussing how theirs ended.
Yeah. So
How
guys,
good of a concept.
Adi,
that
you
is.
remember we tried Bandersnatch once?
Oh,
yeah,
guys-
you killed the dad and I.
Okay, no
Never
spoilers.
Anyway, so guys, let us know whichever game that you think is going to be a pretty good movie on Netflix.
Or what kind of movies would you like to see? Like, say
Yeah.
a thriller or a detective movie or any kind of, you know, genre that you would like to go off with. And basically just have a really good experience through and through of that movie.
So another thing that's been going on is they've been planning the Stranger Things game,
With the season 3, I heard about that.
which is based on season 3, which they're planning to release side by side with Stranger Things season 3. I am really excited for Stranger Things season 3.
I don't know much about it.
It is one of my favorite franchises on Netflix.
You got me hooked onto it.
Yeah, I recommend it.
I honestly find it pretty overrated, to be honest.
Fair
It's
enough.
not. I mean,
You can have your opinions even if
Yeah.
you are blatantly wrong.
so Stranger Things season 3, they're saying it's gonna come out around about August, so it's pretty soon. You excited about it, Geetansh?
Really, I'll be honest, I'm hyped for it. I'm pumped for it.
Who's your favorite character from Stranger Things?
I know this is gonna be a really, really overrated character, but Toothless,
Oh,
Dustin.
You know who?
you know.
I got a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
That bald character, or like semi-bald character in Stranger Things, is that a guy or a girl?
That's a girl.
That's
11.
good. That's 11. Millie Bobby Brown,
Oh,
Yeah, that's
the
Millie Bobby
youngest
Brown.
UNICEF ambassador.
she cute.
She's a UNICEF ambassador.
Yeah, you
I
don't
did not know
about
that.
That's just yeah.
Yeah, but like, why exactly is she UNICEF?
I'm
ambassador?
improving your general knowledge.
You
boy.
know, why
man.
exactly is she UNICEF ambassador?
She cute.
UNICEF has got all the answers to your questions.
UNICEF, where you are?
Go right out the door, take a left. Moving on, Game of Thrones. It's like the next really, really big thing that was going Endgame. Other than Endgame, you know, it was like the biggest boom in the entertainment section. Like, there was half the people were interested in this, half the people were interested in Endgame.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of people, they traded spoilers because they wanted to ruin each other's day. Like, people watched Game of Thrones, they were like,
I
you know
literally
what happened?
I went off Instagram for like 4 days just
Same.
because.
Like, completely got
No
rid of my
spoilers.
phone for 3
You know, I'm gonna
days.
come clean. I have never watched Game of Thrones.
I haven't either. But
Same.
I actually started watching Game of Thrones a few years back, like when I first started out. And when I saw the first episode, I was like, "Fuck, man, Emilia Clarke, she's topless. This is it. This is the show."
So I've been getting a lot of suggestions. I might watch.
But then like, fuck it, man. Why they have to kill the wolf?
Great. Just spoil it for everyone.
You know, it's season 1, episode 1.
I don't care. I haven't watched it. I want to watch it.
You spoiled it for
You
us.
just got me intrigued.
And you spoiled
Then
it.
You spoiled it. Guys, get yourself a friend like anyone but Addy.
Who spoils TV series for you?
I don't
Moving on to something more personal and related to us.
So you guys might be noticing how Sambhav isn't speaking much. Well, there is a trick to that. That is because
No. That's one. He's antisocial and awkward, but there's another reason to that.
this dude is injured. Yeah, he's got a stitch on his face right now.
Yeah.
So Sambhav, do you want to talk about your injury?
No.
Scarface.
So yeah, moving on. Sambhav, tell us about your injury.
So it's like one not so fine day, I leave school and I have a friend who wants to be dropped to his home, so we go together, and then on a speed breaker near my house, I brake for the speed breaker. I pass the speed breaker. I accelerate, and then
Were you driving fast?
I think I was in somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 60 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, then can you also talk fast?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like I crossed the speed breaker, then I accelerated, and then he said something to me. I got distracted, and then I crashed into a girl.
Into a girl.
Yeah, I did. She was.
That's the only time Sambhav will actually bang into a girl.
They see me bowling.
And then that girl was on a cycle.
Knock that bitch out like a bowling
Yeah, I
pin.
did exactly. That is what exactly happened.
I feel bad for saying that. Was she okay?
Yeah, she was okay. She was
Cool, we can make these
She was
jokes.
She was magically okay.
Magic.
I mean, like, she did not even have a single scratch on her body, and
She was magically okay and you tragically got injured.
yeah, I was wearing a helmet, and I got injured the most.
That's
This guy's broken right now. He looks dismantled and distorted.
Sambhav, God is trying to give you a hint. It's time.
It's time for.
So moving on
Why did we include this guy?
into
No,
something.
but interestingly, your friend who was sitting behind you, he had a pretty different story to tell.
Yeah, I guess he did.
Okay, we should honestly, take his injury not so lightly and seriously. But just for transitional purposes, I said that let's just make fun of his injury. Nothing there. But talking about topics seriously, something of a controversial thing happened to the YouTuber James Charles.
Oh man. The 19-year-old, huh?
Who got invited to the Met Gala?
Yeah, he got invited to the Met Gala.
I am honestly surprised as to why. Why would he do that?
It's just a weird thing. So for those people listening,
For those people who don't know what we're talking about, so basically James Charles.
he's a 19-year-old YouTuber. He's a guy who basically ended up posting a picture with him and makeup on his face, and it just blew up and became into a trend, and a lot of people wanted to learn how he did that. So he decided to ride off of that fame and created a YouTube channel and blew up crazy. And he's only 19. He was one of the biggest sensations, had connections with all the YouTubers, celebrities. Dude got invited to the Met Gala. He was 15 plus million subscribers, I think 16 million subscribers,
Yeah.
somewhere around that mark. And he had this friend of his supporting him through and through, called Tati, and she was the one who was, teaching him how to, make YouTube videos and do makeups, and she was
Even
basically an
sponsored
idol, even though she had less subscribers than him. She was helping him through and through, and she just dropped in a subtle hint for his sponsors, promotions. She would just help his merchandise. And recently she was done with this shit and decided to upload a video called Bye Sisters. James Charles used to call his fans sisters. I'm not gonna laugh on that, even though we already did. So she uploaded a video titled Bye Sister. This is 45 minute video. And it started off with, just montages of how she supported him over the years. Just clips and their good moments, but then she was like, she's done with him, and she told one of the most disgusting things that he did, and it was just that the fame and the power got to him. So what he basically used to do was, since he was only 19, it wasn't that big of a deal around people, but he used to even take underage guys, people our age. Some people are confused about the sexualities when it comes to our age, but if you think about it, Okay. Something happened. I'm not gonna tell you what happened. When people are confused about their sexualities, he used to lure them into,
Being gay.
having intercourse with them, basically.
Oh,
And
Sambhav, what
he
have
was-
you done?
he was somewhat of a predator, and it's just not cool to fiddle around with people who are confused with who they are. He used to mess with people's identities. He's practically a predator, and everybody is still pointing blame at him, but I'm not gonna fire too much shots at him, because at the end of the day it could just be allegations, and he literally has a record of dropping the most subscribers the most quickly. He dropped over 3 million
Subscribers in like 3 days.
yeah.
in like 3 days or
Not
a
even
week.
3 days.
Or a
He
week,
dropped
I
2
guess.
in one day.
Yeah.
But like, this is a very common...
I saw so many memes like, congratulations for 13 million subscribers, been here 16 million.
No, but like, this is like a very common nature in communities, because when there is a minority of any, there's any sort of minority, like the gays are a minority, LGBTs are a minority in the midst of, a lot of straight people. It's a very common thing that people, they want to increase their numbers. Right now in India also we can see that people want to increase their numbers, and there was this book that I once read. It was written by this journalist who went undercover as the wife of an ISIS leader. She wrote a book about it. After she changed her name, she went undercover. And it was basically like the guy was trying to convert her to Islam. Now, I'm not saying that Islam is bad or anything. It's one of the most...
Yeah, but it's at the end of the day, it's just converting someone's beliefs.
Yeah, the conversion is...
Forcing them or
Yeah.
luring them into becoming what you are.
What was the name of
It's
the
a
book?
horrible thing to do.
Yeah, that is
The
an
name
amazing
of the
book.
book was in the skin of a jihad.
If anyone wants to, read the book, they can.
Yeah,
but
it's by Anna Errol. Obviously, she changed her name. It's by Anna Errol. She almost went into the functioning of ISIS, like pretty good.
Adi right here, he reads a lot of books. so-
None of us discussed about this topic coming up, but okay, we're all just currently shocked and quiet. That's why that segment was in there with a bit of.
I'm actually impressed at that book. That is an amazing book.
You've read it?
No, I have not, but still hearing his story.
I feel like
It feels like an amazing book. It's like
No, and they're recruiting these people through social media, like Facebook through.
I heard a news story many years ago. Like it was just one of the most famous Hollywood directors. His son went off and joined ISIS just for no reason because he was bored. How random of a thing is that? It's honestly weird how some people get lured into do things which are horrible. But see, if you want to believe in something, you can. Don't believe in ISIS. Jesus Christ.
We are not supporting terrorism here, guys. Do not click off this
no.
video.
No, we're
Yeah.
also against Thanos.
The only thing we support is Barcelona.
Yeah.
We got a Juventus fan here called Sambhav. Well, he's
He's a Madrid fanboy.
He's a plastic fan. He shifted to Juventus as soon
That's
as
not Rosa.
Ronaldo left. Yeah.
Ronaldo left. Agrees to it.
Let's not Rosa. I'm gonna backtrack and just say one point about James Charles. It was ironic how he tweeted a few years ago, "Straight guys will be the death of me." Here we are. Another horrible thing's been going on in Alabama. You guys know about it?
Yeah, the abortion ban.
Yeah, so they're like soon. There's the law in Alabama which is like it got passed. It says that soon to be law in Alabama is that if you're 11 years old and raped, you're required to carry that child to term, even if it possibly kills you.
what the hell?
That's just a horrible thing to do. Another.
Yeah, and your rapist could easily get no time, a few months probation, or absolutely best case scenario, a few years behind the bars. So you see how fucked up that is. Even if that person is a rapist, he's not gonna get as much time as you will for an abortion. There are like so many tweets out there. There's one which says all these embryos that became female are gonna be pissed that they had more rights as an egg than they ever will as a person.
That is disgusting.
disgusting.
That is disgusting.
So you see,
We're on the
Peop-
other half of the world and we're guys and we cannot relate to any of this, but still, as a human, you can realize
yeah.
how disgusting that is. And there is senates, like Alabamian senates, I think they're just saying disgusting things about
yeah.
rape and everything and how abortion needs to be banned. And it's just a horrible,
Yeah,
horrible thing to do. This is not about feminism. This is about
This is
the
about
kid that's about to be
humanity.
born into a life where he was not supposed to be there, and like the parents, maybe they weren't ready to raise a kid. They weren't ready to.
Maybe the kid who wasn't supposed to be theirs to begin with.
A few years
because
back, if
nobody
I
was prepared for him, and he comes
Exactly.
into a world where nobody's ready for him, and he gets grown up into situations which are horrible for him.
Yeah.
It's gonna increase crime rates. It's gonna just be horrible for the kid, horrible for the mother, horrible for the parents, and the criminal, the rapist, on the other hand, gets off to go easily. And you know what? The kid you're raising, you even have to pay your rapist child support for that kid.
Yeah.
And he can also fight you for custody of the kid.
Now imagine if the woman is like from
That's
a very
gonna-
poor
that's gonna
background.
take an
If she's from a poor background and she's raped and she is not allowed to have an abortion, that's gonna be fucked up, man. Because if 17 years back, if my parents had aborted me, I would neither have cared nor would I have known.
Yeah, and there are people arguing like, you should just ban abortions because it's a life. You know what? The brain doesn't start functioning fully till like, I think it's
Six,
the 20th or 20th week till it properly starts having a proper thinking system.
I think it'll be fifth
If
or
it's
sixth month.
not a living thing, don't make it into one and have it forcefully be raised into a scenario that was not prepared for him. It's more horrible for the kid.
Yeah, when he grows up and he understands कि he was supposed to be aborted, you can just imagine what he or she is going through.
How was it for you?
What?
Too soon, guys. Too soon.
Speaking of...
Yo, guys.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
already
just read
yours.
this. I just read this random fact. Guys, 1998 is as far away as 2030.
Yeah, it's one of the most mind-blowing things
Can
I've heard.
you believe
Okay,
it?
okay, Adi.
Oof.
Or actually, Sambhav, you know what? I'm gonna just tell you. I'm gonna ask you a question. Answer me in a snap. 30 years ago, name a year.
80s something, 85, 86.
No, brother. 30 years ago. We're 28 years into being 1980s, 1990s. Whatever we are talking about 30 years ago, next year, the kids that were born in 1990s, the memes we saw, everything we saw, 90s kids, that.
They're gonna be 30 years
They're
old.
gonna be 30s. The seniors we used to hang out with parties, the kids who used to make us, like do cooler shit and experience being adults and stuff, who were still just in school. The people we used to hang out with, they are out there getting married, maybe even having kids. I turned 18 last week. I'm an adult.
Yeah,
It is mind blowing.
You know what's more unbelievable than the fact that we are, just we are like so far away from the 1980s. The fact that you're 18, you don't act like it at all.
Oh no, I'm like 4.5, and the fun fact is, I don't mind it. Here's a funny thing that I did on my birthday. Basically, what I did was, after everything happened, me and my family were having dinner. And I'm just sitting there, and my parents start having a debate. And I just stopped them, and I'm like, you know what? You don't have to argue about this or have a debate about this stupid little topic. We're all adults here. And that was the corniest thing I ever said. And it was one of the most fun things I could say.
And he got roasted real bad for saying that.
Geetansh. Boobies.
I'm 18. Fanoons.
Balloons.
That's an inside
Fun
joke.
balloons.
That's an inside joke. So the random, just you dropped a bomb on us with the 1990s, 30 years.
I'm actually mind blown.
Yeah, what a weird little random fact.
Like boom.
Guys, just in case you're figuring out, Sambhav's actually mind blown. He doesn't sound like one because
Does he have one to
he's
begin with?
he's inexpressive as fuck.
Yeah, and,
yes.
and you know what's weird? Like we're all okay. So you know how when the movie was coming out 2012, everybody was thinking that's actually gonna be the end of the world.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Has anyone felt alive since 2012 was the last time I remember? Like fully being out there, and it's not just me because it was the end of my childhood and me becoming a teenager. It was people older than us as well. I heard my parents talk about how 2012 was like the last great year. Nothing truly changed. We're all still living. We're all still going on.
Perceptions changed.
Changed a lot, but the
Thinking
lifestyle
changed,
of the
yeah.
humans is still not transitioned into too much of a difference that 2012 us won't be able to recognize this.
You know,
there might need some time
you
to
know
adapt.
why we assume that 1980 is not that far back, because when the world was assumed to have end in 2012, I think there was a part of the time that we had in our mind, the clock that we have in our mind, that also stopped right there.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. What a random little fact you drop. You know what, guys? Everyone listening right now, go in the comments and just drop a really, really random bomb on us. We're gonna try to read through the comments. This is the first episode. We're really hyped to see and what all you thought about it. So go ahead and just drop a random comment in the fact. We're gonna try and discuss on it and see how mind blown we were in the next episode. Also, talking about the next episode. How do we plan to take this, guys? How do we plan to take the Howl into a direction where it is a full-blown podcast?
Firstly, I never thought this would be a thing. It was a random idea 6 months ago.
It's just too random. It's too far away. It didn't feel like reality, and here we are recording it. Hopefully, uploading it today on Sunday. But like the cover art on our channel says, we're gonna try to howl every once in a week. So we're thinking that every 7 days or so, or every week through a
Guys,
span.
let us know the things you want us to talk about.
Yeah, because
we're open to your suggestions.
The only way we can keep this pushing, we can push this forward is through your support, because that actually means a shed lot to us, because all of us here have created something or the other in our life, which means a lot to us.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
None of us planned this far yet, and we just planned this to be a hobby. And if you guys give us immense support, we might take this through, and who knows, we might be something big.
This is
You know,
still just a hobby.
I actually just got called in the last minute, so I'm just happy to be here.
You're a pretty good. And also, we have another member of the Wolf Pack that is not present here today.
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
we didn't introduce him. He's a little Japanese boy. He's currently out of town. We're gonna discuss on where he was in the next episode.
The name is
And
Chirag, guys.
his name's Chirag. He says he's Japanese. I don't think he's Japanese.
Yeah,
He just
I think he's just
Japanese, probably.
trying to be cool for being.
He's just
Mongos.
he's just a failed Asian experiment.
Oh, and we're gonna end the episode on that note. Chirag, if you're listening to this, please don't come back and kill us. Even if you can't.
He can't.
So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this
They
video.
were not watching it, dumbass. They were listening to it.
Why did we ever decide?
Thank you guys for watching, listening, anything, for your support.
Anything. Thank you for anything.
Thank
To
you
be
for
honest,
anything.
Yeah.
Thank you for anything.
Thank you for everything.
On a real note, it's been amazing to record this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun. How did you guys feel recording this?
Ow!
Let's
sums it up.
just end it here.
Okay, so
Thank you for listening. And
Can I-
stop.
Stop doing that. Please.
how does a house?
A howl is a howl.
A howl always stays a howl.
Thank you for watching. Be howl.